Alright, let's look at the no-fuss method of factoring in this tutorial. So, the no-fuss method. No-fuss method. And this method's going to be used when this a here is, when a is not equal to 1. When that's not a 1. Alright? So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and write down the steps to doing this. Alright, so step 1 is take out the GCF. Okay, and that's the greatest common factor out of each term. So out of these 3 terms, take out that greatest common factor. Step 2, okay, is set up the binomials. Set up the binomials. And what I mean by that is we know that something like this is going to factor in to the product of 2 binomials. Okay? So you're going to set those binomials up. They'll look something like this. And in the no-fuss method, you put ax, okay? A, and then just an x, not x squared. ax. Okay? 3, we're going to multiply a times c, keeping the sign. And I'll do an example of that, but keeping the sign. Okay, and I'm talking about the sign here. So if this is positive, this is positive, you're going to have a times c equal positive. One of them is positive and one of them is negative. A times c will be negative. If they're both negative, then a times c will be positive. So that kind of thing. Okay, 4 is find the magic combo. Find the magic combo. Okay, my students should know what this means. Find the magic combo. And it's really just 2 numbers that multiply together to equal a times c with the sign. And this is just representing these blank spots where the numbers would go. And then those same numbers would add together, same numbers with the signs would add together to equal b. Okay, and so we're talking about this b with the sign. Okay, and then step 5 is divide the extra a out. Okay, divide out the extra a. Okay, and so, and again, I'm talking about this a right here, and we're putting in an extra a here and here. All right, so let's look at an example. All right, now I'm going to make a little bit of room here. Maybe, let's see, I can option that, enable the eraser, and we'll make some room here, okay? Alright, now let's look at an example. Let's look at 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. So 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. Okay, now the first step is to take out the GCF, but the GCF here is 1 because 2 doesn't go into 11, and so there's nothing to be done there. So we're just going to skip from the first step and go right to the second step. Okay, second step is set up the binomials. Okay, so we'll do that. Here they are, and put in ax. So a is 2 in this case. So 2x, 2x. ax, okay? don't put in the squared. We're just, because x times x is the x squared. Alright? Now we need to multiply. Step 3 is multiply a times c. So here we go. Here's a, here's c. Keeping the sign, that's positive. That's positive. So this is a positive 24. Alright, it's positive 24. Alright, so now we need to find the magic combo. That's step 4. Find the magic combo. Two numbers that multiply to positive 24 and add to positive 11. So if we can't figure that out, we can start listing them out. I don't know, 1 times 24. There's no combination there that's going to work. 2 and 12. That doesn't look like it's going to work. 3 and 8. 3 and 8. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 3 times 8 is 24, and 3 plus 8 is 11. I think that'll work. So 3 and 8. It doesn't matter if I put the 8 here and the 3 here. That doesn't matter. Okay? They're both positive because a positive times a positive is a positive. And add them together, you're going to get 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's good. So that's step 4. Step 5 here was divide the extra a out. Divide the extra a out. Okay, so we put in an extra 2, so now we need to divide out an extra 2. Okay? And we look to which one of these binomials it'll divide into. Well, 2 doesn't go into 3 very good. Not nicely, but 2 does go into 2, and 2 goes into 8. So we're going to divide it out of this one. Okay, and if this is factorable, this will always work. Okay, so we divide into both terms. We take this binomial and just drop it down. So we just rewrite it down here. 2x plus 3, okay, times this one with the 2 divided out, which is going to be x plus 4. Okay, and we're done. We factored it. That was the last step. That was step 5. Divide out the extra a. We're done. And we can put a box around it. Okay, there it is. We're done. We have it factored. Okay, now we could look at another example. Something a little different. Let's look at 10x squared plus 15x plus 5. 10x squared plus 15x plus 5. So this is example 2. This is like example 2. And up here, you know, this was example 1. Okay, that's example 1. This is example 2. Okay, and that's a 5 there. Okay. Now, step 1, if you look at our steps, is take out the GCF. That's what it says, step 1, take out the GCF. And in this case, we do have a GCF. We have a GCF of 5. We can take out a 5. 5 goes into 10, 5 goes into 15, and 5 goes into 5. So we look to those. It goes in, 5 goes into those 3 things. So we're going to take it out. So we're going to have a 5 here, and then we regroup this trinomial. So what's left, this is going to be 2x squared, because 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3x plus, well, there's still some, even though we took this entire 5, we're going to have something to replace it. 5 times what is 5? 5 times 1. Okay? So there it is. There's the new trinomial, but you'll notice that this is still not a 1 here. This a is still not a 1. So we need to use that no fuss method over here. Alright, and so let's do that. So step 1, we already did. We took out the GCF. Step 2, let's look at it. Step 2 is set up the binomials. Okay, so we'll set up the binomials. There they are. And the 5, this 5, it just comes down right in front. Okay, it just comes down right there. Step 3 is multiply a times c. Now a is this a right here. This, not the 5, but the a in front of the x squared. And that's 2 times 1, or positive 2. Okay? Oh, and I forgot, in set up the binomials, we need to do ax. So 2x, 2x. There it is. Okay, so we get those in there. Now, we need two numbers that multiply to 2 and add to 3. Well, that's easy enough. There's only one choice. 1 times 2, those are the only multiples of 2. So 1 and a 2, and both positive. Both positive. Okay, we're almost there. We found the magic combo. We got it. We've got through step 4. We just need to go to step 5, divide out the extra a. The extra a is a 2. Well, 2 doesn't go into 1 nice, but 2 does go into 2 over here. So let's divide that out. Okay, right here. Divide into both terms of the binomial. Alright, so that's going to leave you here with x plus 1. X plus 1, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. There's an implied 1 there. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, and then this right here, this 2x plus 1, it just drops down. It's already in lowest terms, 2x plus 1, and the 5 comes down as well. And now we have factored this more difficult quadratic trinomial where a was not 1. Okay, and this is one where we had a GCF. Let's do one more example. I think we have time for one more example here. Okay, so let's look at one more example. Let's look at 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. Okay, 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. Alright, now the first step is to take out the GCF. Step 1, take out the GCF. But there is no greatest common factor here, other than 1, and that doesn't really count. The only multiples here are 2 and 3, and neither one of those will go into 7. So this won't work. Okay, so we just go right down to step 2. And step 2 is set up the binomials. Okay, so ax, ax. Alright, so here it is. I'm going to set these up. These are the binomials. And we put in ax, and a is 6 in this case. Ax, okay? Now, step 3 was, I think it was find the magic. Oh no, we already did step 3, sorry. Step 4, find the magic combo. So, two numbers that multiply to a times c and add to b. So, they got to multiply here to a times c. So 6 times 2 is positive 12. So two numbers that multiply to 12 and add to 7. Well, we could list out, what could that be? 1 and 12? You know, well, those aren't going to add to 7 in any way. How about 2 and 6? Is that going to work? I don't know, 6, 7, 8, no. How about 3 times 4? 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 4 right here, I think that's a winner. 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So it's a positive 3 and a positive 4 right there. Okay? The last step, again, the last step was divide out the extra a. Divide out the extra a. Okay? So that's an extra 6. Okay, but 6 doesn't go into 3, and 6 doesn't go into 4. It doesn't work very good. And so we're going to have to do something different. So I can take 6, and I can rewrite 6 as 2 times 3. Okay, 2 times 3. I don't know why that's doing that. 2 times 3. Let me erase that. It's being goofy here. So I can write that as 2 times 3. Okay? 2 times 3 is 6. Well, now I've split that 6 up. I can still divide it out. 3 goes in here. Oops, that's a 2, not a 3. 3 goes in right here. Nice. and 2 goes in here. Nice. And now 3 times 2, that's 6. We're dividing out the extra 6, so we just simplify these. Well, 6 divided by 3 is 2, so we're left with 2x plus 1, because 3 divided by 3 is 1. Regroup it. Okay, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Keep the x, plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. 3x plus 2. And now we have finished factoring that quadratic trinomial, 6x squared plus 7x plus 2, and where a is not 1. Alright, so thank you for watching my video.